Hi, my name is Natapong Daishopshin, and this is my second reflection video. And on my first reflection video, I said that my knowledge on Australian indigenous politics and policies have been very limited, and I believe that that has changed for me. My knowledge was, first of all, disrupted because the course challenged the way I think about the word policy itself. Before taking this course, I genuinely assumed that if a policy was well designed and adequately funded, it would eventually solve its problem that it was trying to address. But that, of course, is wrong. Uh, I basically learned that policy outcomes are not determined only by funding or government itself, and these policies can fail because indigenous people are usually excluded from the decision-making process because the government, first of all, either misunderstand the cause of a problem or because these policies are usually imposed from a top down rather than a bottom up, developed from bottom up within the communities as well. And this disrupted my earlier belief that better government action alone is always the solution, which is false. Now I know that it is equally important to consider who has the power, who has the decisions, and whether indigenous people have a say or a meaningful control over policies that essentially affect their lives. And my knowledge was also extended because before taking this course, I would have defined self-determination as simply giving people more freedom or autonomy. And the course extended this understanding of mine significantly. And throughout the course, we have looked at the word self-determination a lot as a political principle recognized in international law and indigenous rights frameworks as well. Um, in it, it basically states that indigenous people have the right to determine their political status and pursue their, I think, to pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. Um, this pretty much extended my understanding because previously I thought it was just only about good policy and the government's trying to provide services efficiently. But now I understand that it is more than that. Um, and my knowledge was also affirmed uh, because this course basically, sorry, affirmed my belief uh, in in the fact that historical events usually still continues to shape and form influences in modern day societies and policies. And uh, as we already know, history matters from for politics because history was also politics back in the day. If you get what I'm saying, uh, history is just politics recorded from the past, which of course everything has a cause and effect. And this course affirmed this belief by showing how basically past government policies continues to influence indigenous issues. For example, the stolen generations, the native titles, and the Royal Commission into Aboriginal deaths in custody shows that current policy outcomes can't be fully understood by just understanding like historical relationships between indigenous people and the Australian state itself. So it already kind of confirms or backs up or supports my belief even more. The second question, how does the structure of my knowledge influence how I think and respond? Uh, the structure of my knowledge influence how I think and respond, because my understanding regarding to these issues mainly comes from university learning or academic learning rather than personal experience. As an international student, I didn't really grow up with exposure to indigenous Australian history or politics at all. This means that I would often think about these issues from rather than lived experience, I would think of them from an academic perspective, I'd say. Uh, because of this, I tend to focus on policies, institutions, and just academic writings before even considering the cultural and historical events, sorry, of the indigenous people at all. So this course, POLS 2101, essentially made me more aware of this issue of mine. It makes me think more critically about where my knowledge comes from and what perspectives might be missing from my understanding. And that is it. Thank you.